المتخصصين وصناع.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
In this country, in the matter that we are utilizing GIS. GIS is not only related to certain elements of our life, it covers everything about the life of human beings. Tracking, looking at the kind of evolutions that we're about to discover in the future. It gives us a proper forecast and a proper outlook about where we need to go or what we need to do. Our state that we're talking about at the real estate registry is about the economical scale of handling and solidifying an absolute ownership of over 150 industries that depends on your precise parcel data and absolute ownership. Imagine someone comes and tells you e-commerce is not related to property. On the contrary, e-commerce relates to the cloud services, which is actually based on the land. And if that land has an issue, and the deed or the title has a problem, then you have a problem with your assets. So solidifying that economical benchmark is very important to each and every individual that is creating a business or a social service, such as hospitals, factories, housing, and even warehouses. What we are talking about today in real estate registry is the evolution and the movement from the deed aspect to be the title registration. We are merging geospatial data with information, demographics, and basically the data of the title and the parcel itself. The information being integrated has been held into a vast and huge databases that is going to be the center of your land registry. I know that a lot of people, especially the locals and the beneficiaries and landowners, have heard about Esri land registry. It is mandatory for us to evolve and to move forward and to bring international investments. Where we are today, from where we started on May 2023, we've started with a neighborhood called Hay al-Falah, 2,800 parcels. It was a pilot, it was a heck of a job. It was really difficult and it was challenging. We went through these challenges also with Esri as well, because they supported us in the way how we looked at and mapped and redrawn and remapped actually the cadastral and the SDIs with the municipalities. We were forced to do over 300 changes in our systems to be able to accommodate the complexity of such a business. Guess what? Today, in a year plus two, we've announced 2.1 million parcels to be ready for registry. We were able to register over 500,000 titles that has been produced by the real estate registry. However, all of this didn't come from nothing. What we are looking for today is that we've been looking for covering with a big project of over 100,000 square kilometers of urban geospatial coverage, 2 million square kilometers of urban geospatial coverage. What a huge project that is going to look at all the nation. Imagine the technologies, the drones, the aircrafts, the land surveyors that we're actually incorporating to do this job. The complexity behind it and fixing the gaps that used to be in the land registry and the deeds aspect problems that the legacy we're carrying, that's the evolution we're bringing forward. International investors and big developers, when they have a title that is absolute ownership with proper coordinates, without any overlaps with any neighboring land, they will feel relaxed and restful to go and invest their billions of dollars or riyals into this project. Moving forward into this matter, we are actually registering and we're looking for over 8 million titles or deeds to be registered. But guess what? If you have only 250,000 of those titles that is under the development and under developers' control, and let's assume an average of 300 units that's going to be produced from each one of them. Why would I say 300 units? For example, if we look at National Housing Company, if we look at, for example, Balad Mustafa project, those people actually and those entities, they produce over 20,000 to 25,000 parcel splits and subdivided from their projects. So when we say a very conservative matter.
These maps are accelerated with GIS. Today, between 4 and 5 billion maps will be made. I'm not talking about Google Maps or consumer maps, I'm talking about maps that somebody designed and shared. Isn't that an amazing statistic? They're making everything we know available to everyone. This is an amazing time in the history of civilization. We're beginning to know everything. It's geography, by new definition, and it's being transformed.
Excuse me, can you take a photo?
This is in Leica FLX 200, and now you're capturing here these different points, right? So first of all, you open a certain project, right? So this is my project where I capture the data for, and then you say what type of things you're capturing, right? For example, a FTTX line or a water line, and then you can capture all these different points. You see, while he walks there through the field, he captures all these points. Also with attribute data, for example, 30 centimeter overhead, etc. Now he's captured all the FTTX lines and the water lines. And now,
So this is my image service that I published using ArcGIS Enterprise and ArcGIS Image Server. It's called New York SRTM 38. This is a service based on the STRM data. So suppose I need to speed up the visualization time. So what the administrator need to do is to go to the ArcGIS server administrator manager and increase something called maximum instance. It's a little bit common, but
mesh models and details.
Context capture.
Context capture, yeah.
It's very good, especially for complex structure.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very good. But this
Yeah.
very nice. Right.
Oğlum oraya bakmayacaksın. Zaten video var orada.
We are actively